I let it go, and then it has a cutter on there. Just like here, there's a razor blade in there, a cutter right there, so you can cut your excess strings as you go. Oh, and another thing. One thing about your good scissors, I don't know if I mentioned it in a previous video. You never want to take your good scissors and cut paper with them. Ever. Your sewing scissors are supposed to be strictly just for that. You don't use your sewing scissors for your kids' projects and things of that nature. That's what happened. That's why I was hot the other day, because I couldn't find my scissors. And Tioni and Tony had was helping her do her country project, and they had they used her it'll stop on its own once it fills up. Okay, look, let me show you the, see, there's a thing right there that just cuts thread. There's one on that end, and there's one up there by the bobbin too. So it's just based on what type of machine you have, on whether or not, on how yours get down, and the way in which you thread your machine too will be different. Different machines thread differently. So I'm not going to walk you guys through the process on how to thread your machines, because, you know, you guys' machine is more than likely going to be different from mine. My machine, I got it from HSN years ago. And, geez, I believe this machine is, it's about 7 years old, my machine is. And this is my second one. I think my first one was a Simplicity. And then, then I end up getting this Brother. But, yeah. Okay, so what you want to do first, let's get back to the business of living here. Okay, when you open up your booklets, ladies, it's going to tell you how to put together your stuff. Okay, we talked about the fabric, so we already know what type of fabric. We already know what type of notions and things like that you need to get. We talked about that. So now let's talk about putting it together and how you cut it out. It's going to give you an illustration inside of your booklet. It's going to give you an illustration on how to cut it out. Cut out your material. Whether you're cutting it out on the 45 or you're cutting it out on the 60. It's going to tell you how to cut that out. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. And so, but when it's time to start sewing it, oh, and also it gives you your measurements, your finished measurements and things. Now, I'm making an 18. So it's saying the bust should be a 40. And the waist should be a 32. And the hip should be a 42. Some of this don't be all the way correct sometimes. Some of them be true, but some of them be untrue. So, hey, it just is what it is. You know, you just figure it out as you go. And if you have to... Me, I'm so used to taking stuff in that so it don't bother me anymore. I just do what I do and that's it. Okay. Now on this material, this pattern, it's so simple and easy. This actual wrap, you can make this from cutout to sewing a half a day. Few hours. 2 or 3 hours. And especially you don't have no interruptions. The kids done got fed. You done broke your man off. All that other shit. The dogs is outside or whatever the case. And you want to sit down before your sewing machine and start getting the sewing. Baby, you get this done so quickly. It's unbelievable. Okay, so right here we're making the wrap. So it's telling you it's only the 2 pieces. 2 tens. Okay. So you want to take your material. Remember we were talking about those darts and things yesterday? Let's put that up there like that. Let's take out this other piece. And I think what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to so much worry about these darts until I put it on. And then I can, you know, put it on my my dress form. and adjust it to fit my exact measurement and my exact fit. So yeah, so we're just gonna put this together really quick. It's what we're getting ready to do, family. Seems like I got mass chaos, like I got all kind of stuff right here at once. But so, like I was saying, you cut out, especially if you're gonna make the same thing and you just gonna make it in a different color. Why not just cut them both out at one time? You know, I learned that. I think that was something I just picked up on. You know, to cut them out, two things at one time, and it cuts down on so much time. It cuts down on all that kind of stuff if you just cut both of those guys out at one time. I'm just trying to clean up my area a little bit. You know, sometimes, you know, you feel cluttered up when stuff is just all over the place sometimes. I don't know, it could just be me. I don't know. So, just want to just fold up your pattern, put your pattern back in your packages until your next project. One thing I have found with the quick sew patterns is that the patterns are paper. I mean, all of it is paper, don't misunderstand, but it's a real thicker paper. It's more of like a construction paper. Whereas with this right here, you got to be kind of careful with this guy here, because this, you can easily rip this, because this is almost like a wax paper, you know. And this is some stuff that can really, you know, rip up really easily. So basically, you just want to put this back together and put it back in your package for your next project. So once you buy your pattern one time and you find something that you really like, you can make multiples of that same thing. I need a paper clip. Usually I'll paper clip it together, so when I go back up in here, because it still has the other pattern pieces of the one that I didn't make, so I'll wrap it up like in this. You know, something to identify that this is the one that I made, or you could paper clip it, whichever way. We'll do it like this. And put it back in here. So when it come down time for me to make the same thing again, I don't have to unravel everything else and take everything else apart. I just take out the booklet. Okay, so here we go. Let's get started. Okay, so it has front and back. Okay, that's our two pieces, and it's the number 10. So stitch dart in each wrap section, press toward back. So remember I was talking about the darts in the back? Now on one of these, I marked my darts. Okay, it's not this one, so it has to be this one. I marked my darts, but where did I mark them at? See, it's going to be very long. This is going to be very pretty. Okay, here they go. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of faint. But this is part of that pink where I was marking the dots. but I only see one because remember I was telling, oh, here it is, the other one. Okay, this wears off. It doesn't last at all. Once you, oh, I know what I could do. Because on the other one, I didn't mark the darts on this other one. So watch, let me show you a little quick thing to do. Okay, we're going to take our measuring tape. Okay. And we're going to measure. You know, it's not cool sitting down sewing. You really want to be standing up, you know, so then therefore you could really get on in here and get busy. But, you know, fat folks like me, you know, we try to do things sitting down, cooking and every damn thing else, you know. That's when you know your ass is overweight, when you got to do your shit sitting down. Okay, all right. So the beginning dart is about, let's go to 10, and 11. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark that. 10. We'll mark where those darts are. Now on that pattern, I done put the pattern away. So I'm going to go down, say maybe about 5 inches. Let's go down to 5 inches. So we'll measure up here and go down to about here. But what you do is when you're cutting out your pattern and stuff, that's what that stuff is. That's what that, you know, you're supposed to mark that with your markers, you know, because otherwise you lose your landmarks. But me, I've been doing this for a long time, y'all. So for me, it, you know, I could pretty much eyeball things now and just kind of get it. Whereas, you know, there's a time when I couldn't do that, you know. But as you grow and as you learn, you can do things like that. Okay, so now same concept on the next one. So we get our measuring tape. Okay, we're going to go up to 10. And if I'm going too fast, you guys do have the ability to stop the tape and just go back. But, you know, guys, if ever I'm doing something and you guys is lost, always hit me up on my inbox or something like that. And I'll try to walk you guys through on whatever it is that you might have a question with. Okay, so we're going to go down 5 inches. Bam. Take another one. Okay, boom. Now, one thing about pinking shears, okay? Now, by this being a summary type of thing, you know what? I'm going to put it on and check it out and see. But I might not even hem this. And the reason why I probably won't hem it because I want that summary type look to it. You know, you understand what I'm saying? I want that unfinished type thing. And it's going to be so drapey, you're not going to be able to tell. But if you want to hem yours, hem yours. But as for me, I don't think I'm going to hem it. I think I'm going to just leave it the way it is with the pink and sheer effect. Okay, so now when you get ready to do your darts, you always sew on the wrong side of the material. And the reason being is it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, you don't want to have a seam on the outside of your outfit. The seams are in the inside.